The Myth of Sisyphus: How to Live Without Meaning. You wake up, not because you want to, but because you have to. Another day, another hill, another invisible boulder, and you wonder, is this it? Is this all there is? What if the answer is yes? And what if that is enough? Part 1. Why this matters to you. This is the story of a man who pushed a rock for eternity, and a philosopher who said, "That man is you." His name was Albert Camus. He believed life had no meaning, none at all, but somehow that didn't make him miserable. It made him free. In a world obsessed with finding purpose, Camus asked a different question. What if there is no purpose? What if the world is silent? Could you still love your life? Could you still show up fully? Could you still smile while pushing the rock? Part 2. Who was Albert Camus? Albert Camus was born in 1913 in French-Algerian. His father died in the war before he turned 1. He grew up poor, but rich in something else: books. He devoured the Greeks, Dostoevsky, Nietzsche, and like them, he wrote not just with logic, but with fire. He became a journalist, a novelist, a philosopher, and a voice of resistance in Nazi-occupied France. Camus didn't believe in ideology, he didn't believe in God, but he also didn't believe in despair. Instead, he wrote. And in 1942, during a time of chaos and war, he released a book that would change how we see life itself. Part 3. The Absurd Awakening. Camus begins the Myth of Sisyphus with a punch. There is but one truly serious philosophical problem, and that is suicide. It sounds dark, but it's not a cry of despair. It's a cry of truth. If life has no meaning, why live it? Camus calls this the absurd. The moment when you realize the world doesn't care, it doesn't answer, it just exists. You want clarity, the world stays silent. You want justice, you get randomness. You want meaning, but meaning never shows up. And in that clash between desire and reality, the absurd is born. Part 4. Sisyphus, the absurd hero. Then comes Sisyphus, the man punished by the gods for cheating death. His sentence: push a rock up a mountain, over and over, forever. Every time he gets near the top, it rolls back down, and he starts again. Sounds like a nightmare, right? Pointless, hopeless. But Camus says, no. Sisyphus is not broken. He's aware. He knows the futility, and he keeps pushing anyway. That makes him a hero, not because he wins, but because he refuses to stop. Camus writes, the struggle itself towards the heights is enough to fill a man's heart. One must imagine Sisyphus happy. Part 5. What this means for you. You are Sisyphus, And what is your rock? Work, bills, loneliness, survival. You scroll to escape. You numb to forget. You chase goals you don't even believe in. And still, part of you is waiting for someone or something to tell you it matters. But Camus won't lie to you. He says the world may not give you meaning, so you must create it. Not by pretending, not by escaping, but by facing the truth, then choosing to live anyway. Part 6. Living without why. Camus doesn't want you to give up. He wants you to wake up to your senses, to the now, to life without illusion. He says the absurd doesn't lead to despair. It leads to revolt. Not violence, but a quiet rebellion. A choice to live deeply, even when life gives no promises. Make art. Make love. Love real, laugh loud, taste your food. Breathe the air, not for a reason, but because you can. That's the freedom of the absurd. When nothing is written for you, you get to write it yourself. Part 7. Questions that disrupt you. So now, let me ask you, if you knew life had no meaning, would you still live it? Do you push your rock because you hope it'll stay up? Or because you've learned to love the climb? When the world goes silent, do you scream louder or whisper back, "I'm still here"? Camus asks, can you be free without hope? Can you be happy without a lie? Can you stare into the void and smile? Part 8. A Rebel's Hope. This isn't a philosophy of despair. It's a philosophy of fire, of freedom. Camus doesn't ask you to escape the absurd. He asks you to hold it, to name it, and still, to dance. Because the rock may never stay up there, but your spirit can rise. You don't need meaning to feel alive. You need courage, presence, and a choice. So the next time life feels pointless, remember Sisyphus and smile. Not because the world makes sense, but because you've made peace with the climb. Part 9. Subscribe to yourself. Camus once wrote, "In the depth of winter, I finally learned that within me lay an invincible summer. Let that summer rise, not later, but now. Push your rock, but do it with grace, with joy, with a little smile at the absurdity of it all." If this message spoke to you, don't just subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to yourself, to your own awakening, to your own climb. Because the gods might be watching, but today you choose to rise.